So can I ask you questions?
Yes.
Okay, great. So yesterday we created two tables. So Chaitanya, what were the names of the two tables that we created yesterday?
Engineers, department and employees.
No, yesterday. Yesterday, which two tables we created?
Engineer table, sorry,
And
and employees.
no. Tushar, which tables we created yesterday?
Team and engineer.
Team and engineer, that's right. So we created two tables, team and engineer. Okay. So Rinaldi, which is the parent table? Team, engineer. Out of these, which is the parent table? Which is child table?
Team is parent table, engineer is child table.
Yes, team is parent table, engineer is child table. So Tejas, why team is parent table and why engineer is child table? Why do we say so? Yeah, Tejas, are you there?
Yes, yes. Sorry, I was on mute. There's one-to-many connection between team and engineer, whereas in one team there are many engineers.
Hmm.
So team is the parent table
Correct.
and engineer is the child.
Correct. So team is the parent table and engineer is the child table. Correct. Very correct. One team is associated with many engineers, right? One team can have many engineers, but one engineer belongs to only one team. So that's why it is one to many. So one team has many engineers, right? So one to many, that's the reason, right?
Yes.
Okay. Others, which are the columns, the team table?
So we had two columns, team ID and team names.
Team ID and
Team name.
team names. Okay. Correct. Two columns are there.
Yeah.
So which one was the primary key?
The team ID.
Team ID is the primary key. What is the purpose of primary key? What is primary key actually? What is the purpose itself?
To identify the employee, like in the engineer table, it would be the foreign key.
No, I'm talking of primary key. What is the main purpose of primary key?
Identify uniquely, like that primary key would be the unique value.
Yeah. Yes, unique identification for a record in a table. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a unique identification for a record in a table. That is primary key. It cannot be null. And one more thing it does, when you define a primary key, one more happens? One more thing will happen. What is that?
It won't allow duplicate.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, unique and not null. And Sultan, apart from that, we get one more facility. Like when you define a primary key, one more thing happens. Do you remember what happens?
Yes, you were talking about the indexing of it, right?
Correct, correct. Yeah, very good.
Thank you.
Index. The index is also created. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Sir, I didn't get the index part.
Yeah, index is required. No, index is like index is used for searching the record faster. If you want to search any record faster, see, supposing if you have a table like, let's say, voters table, you know, the voters table can be really very, very huge. Okay.
Yep.
So if you want to search a particular record in the voters table, so without index, it will be very slow process because it will compare against each record. Getting?
Yeah.
So indexing will make search faster. It's like a fat book having an index, you know. If you have a fat book and if that fat book does not have an index,
Okay.
then what will
Got
happen?
Got them.
I have a question here, so
Yeah, yeah,
about
tell
the
me.
indexing it. So when you say index, is it for that one table where we are just defining that primary key, and that index is only applicable for that table, or is it for the whole database?
It's applicable only for that table.
Okay. So the way we look at a book, where we have the first page of index that shows the number of pages and where that content is.
Yes,
So
exactly. So
so
exactly.
that way the primary key will be on top and the other parts will be below that.
Yes,
Is it the
yes.
thing?
Correct, correct.
Are we
So
able to see it on the table? Like if I want to see that index, is it
yeah, we will
visible to
see.
us?
Yeah, we will see. We'll look at it.
Okay.
So I'm just preparing your minds for that now. Okay,
Got it, sir. Thank you.
great. Now, just a second. Now, next question. Like, what is the job of foreign key, Chaitanya? What is job of foreign key?
Foreign key is a primary key of the first table. So the foreign key of second in the second table, it links, it makes a relational data with the first table.
Okay. Tushar, what would you say about the foreign key?
Foreign key can be used for the relation and
Yeah, to establish relationship between the two tables. Correct. Harsh, do you have any idea about the foreign key?
Yes, it is similar to what Tushar just said, that it tries to establish a relation between two tables. Day before yesterday, we saw an example between employee table and the department table. So how employee table value becomes the foreign key of the department table, because there can be one department, but in that there can be multiple employees. So in that way, employee table becomes the primary key, and sorry, department becomes the primary key and employee becomes the foreign key, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm. Come again, what you're saying?
So the example that we saw day before yesterday, wherein department becomes the primary key and employee becomes the foreign key, then the employee table. So we saw a value in that wherein it was pointing towards it as a foreign key. Like that becomes the foreign key of the primary table. That is department. I mean, the example that we just saw.
Yeah, actually, the example that we saw that day, in that just a second. The example that we saw that day, there were two tables. There was a department table and there was an employee table, correct? So
Yes.
department table, the department number was the primary key, and in the employee table, employee number was the primary key.
Okay.
And since employee was the child table, in the child table always we have one column which will function as a foreign key. It's a lookup column. So
Okay.
in the employee table, we had a column called department number, and that department number we imposed a foreign key constraint so that it will connect to the parent table. Okay. So foreign key is always introduced in the child table. So you can say the whenever we have one-to-many relationship, one-to-many means parent-child relationship. The primary key of the parent table goes to the child table as a foreign key always. Getting?
Okay.
Always that is the case, right?
Yeah.
So Rinaldi, in yesterday's case, what was the parent table and what was the child table? Can you repeat that, Rinaldi?
Parent table was teams table and engineers was the child table.
Very good. So in the engineers table, which column functioned as a primary as a foreign key? Sorry. What were the columns in the engineer tables?
Table, engineer table columns for employee ID, employee name, job, level, team ID, and salary. In that team ID was the foreign key.
Yeah, team ID was a foreign key. It was linking to TID of team table.
Yes.
So please note that your foreign key column name need not be same as the primary key column name of the parent table. जैसे टीम टेबल में TID था, यहाँ पर टीम ID है, तो चलता है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. नेम शुड नॉट बी need not be same, rather, but the data type should be same. अगर वो integer है तो ये भी integer होना चाहिए, right? So that's what we saw yesterday. Okay, then Tejas, what is referential integrity constraint?
Referential integrity constraint.
When
Okay.
you,
So the foreign key which we are using in the child table needs to be present in the parent table. If it is not present, it will throw an error.
very good. Yes. So that is correct. Very, very correct. Foreign key violation error. Okay. So that is how it is. Okay. And we experienced that. I asked you to enter a value in the team ID which is not there in the team table. So it thrown an error, which was foreign key violation error. So this is what we mean by referential integrity constraint. Okay. So Harsh, I hope you're getting something out of it because you're not present yesterday. So
Yeah, most of the part when we discussed about primary key, foreign key, I was able to understand because I was present for that. And I think it's similar to what you guys had discussed yesterday.
correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so quickly I'll show you the screen and then we'll go ahead and also see how to implement many-to-many relationships.
Mhm.
I will explain you that, and we will actually implement it today. One-to-many very straightforward. Whenever there is one-to-many relationship between tables, what you have to do is the primary key of the parent table will go to the child table as a foreign key always. Always it will be like that. Okay. So just a second, I'll share my screen now. Okay, do you see this?
Yes.
So what I did is I directly took practical for you because it's an online class. So I want to engage you in activities as much as possible. So what we did was we created a database, then we use the database so it becomes active. And remember what we have to do is when I'm showing you the screens, you have to capture the screen and save in a Word file. Okay. I hope you all are doing that. All are capturing the screen and putting on the Word file. So first we created a database, then we said use Prac NMDB, so it becomes active. And then we created a team table. So team table, this is a syntax. I told you that when you create table, always the convention is like the SQL vocabulary, whatever is the SQL terms should be capital, and whatever is non-SQL means the user defined, it will small case. So that's why I say create table word it's capital and the word team is small case. All right. So this convention you should always follow. And then we have given constraint like this. Constraint name also we put it as a user-friendly one. From the name of constraint, you understand what it has to do. So PK is the primary key, team is the team table, and TID is the column on which the primary key constraint is imposed. This is called as constraints. The primary key, the foreign key, these are called as constraint. Constraint because it's like restrictions to the database, the tables. Constraint, the dictionary meaning is what? Restriction. So it does that. Okay. Then you have inserted some teams. Then after that you created the engineer table. In engineer table you can see that there were two constraints, one primary key constraint on EID, which is a primary key, and the foreign key constraint on team ID, which will relate or which will reference to the TID column of the team table. And these are, look at the constraint name. FK is foreign key, engineer is the child table, team is the parent table, team ID is the column on which you want to impose the constraint. Foreign key, team ID references team ID like this. This is what happens.
Sir, by using the term constraint, it identifies the data, like
Sorry?
by using the constraint term, it will identify the primary key or the foreign key, right?
Yeah.
Like we have used constraint and we have identified, like we are giving command to the system like PK engineer EID is the primary key.
No, this is the name of the constraint. Constraint is like a bandhan, rishta, जिससे भाई बहन, mother, father, friend, like this. एक रिश्ता बनाया हमने, रिश्ते का नाम दिया. Constraint का नाम दिया, and then what constraint it is, primary key, on which column EID, like this. So syntax is constraint, the name of the constraint, then what constraint it is, and which column it is. Okay.
Okay.
Similarly, for foreign key, you have to specify the relationship between two tables, right? So constraint, the name of constraint is this, FK engineer team ID. हमने थोड़ा elaborated name दिया. नाम से काम का पता चलना चाहिए ना. जैसे FK means foreign key, yeah.
वो कभी यूज होगा क्या FK engineer team ID?
हाँ.
जो हम लोग ने constraint को name दिया है, are we
Hmm.
ever going to use it somewhere to make any changes or
Yes,
वो बस?
yes.
Okay.
यूज हो सकता है, अगर हमको कंस्टेंट ड्रॉप करना है तो कर सकते हैं, या डॉक्यूमेंटेशन के लिए भी वो नाम हम जब देते हैं तो नाम से काम का पता चलता है ना, तो डॉक्यूमेंटेशन का भी काम थोड़ा आसान हो जाता है हमारे लिए.
Okay.
I'll show you these constraints. You will be able to see. अगर हम constraint, actually system can also generate constraints. We'll see later in the course. कि
Okay.
जैसे हमने भी अलग से constraint दिया है, but हमने जैसे EID int primary की directly लिख दिया तो भी constraint create हो जाएगा. But only thing, the constraint name system will generate on its own. खुद से constraint name generate करेगा system. Okay.
Yes.
So constraint PK, sorry, FK is foreign key, engineer is the child table, team is the parent table, team ID is the column on which you want to give constraint. The type of constraint is foreign key on team ID column. References, see the reference is created. References team table, TID. Okay. And then I also taught you about the decimal data type, decimal 9, 2. 9, 2 means, what is 9, 2? Who will tell me? Let me see whom I should ask this question to. Okay, Sultan, can you tell me what is 9, 2 means? Sultan.
So 9, 2 would be the total number of digits. 9, that's 7 plus 2. 2 is after the decimal point. How many digits are going to be there?
Correct. So this is called as precision and scale. So when you say 9, 2 means total 9 digits, 7 before decimal point and 2 after decimal point. Always it will like this.
So
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me. Any question?
I said yes, sir. So
All right. Great. Okay. So we are done with this. So now let us see. Okay. So this is called as ERD. This is a pictorial view. Or let me, yeah, ERD. It's a pictorial view of the relationship between two tables, like department and employee. So it shows, the rectangle shows the table, employee is another table, and between them there is one-to-many relationship. So you can see that department number is a foreign key there. Now sometimes you can have many-to-many relationship. So how that many-to-many relationship works, we'll see. First, take a pic of this. Please, everybody, please take a picture of this. Okay, now let's see many-to-many relationship. So many-to-many is this. Let's say we have provider and team. So you all are in Allscripts, so you know what is the provider means, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so What do you mean by provider?
Doctors.
They are doctors, correct. Providers are doctors. That's right. Providers are doctors, correct? Now, between provider and team, what kind of relationship is there? Between provider and team?
Many to many.
But why do we say many to many? Any idea?
There are many providers in practice.
There are many.
Providers. I mean, in one hospital, there are so many doctors. And in the doctors, there are so many teams, like nurses and stuff, other staff.
I would say that there is no connection between these two tables. So yeah, it is many to many.
Actually, one provider is attended by many teams, okay, and one team also attends many providers. So that's why we can say there's a many to many relationship between them. Provider and team. So one provider is attended by many teams. You agree with me? And one team gives service to many providers. Is it right or not? Hello.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's
Yes.
why. So one provider is related to many teams and one team is related to many providers. So that's why we have a many to many relationship between them.
So for team, can you give an example? I'm getting a little confused.
What?
For teams, can you give a real-time example like
For teams we created yesterday, no? Yesterday we created a team, isn't it?
okay.
Yesterday team was created, correct?
Rinaldi is asking, Rinaldi, it is like under cardiology, there are many providers and one provider can serve under cardiology as well, under hematology, under different teams as well. So yeah, there's a many to many connection.
If we go as per the example we worked yesterday, so that would be the provider is in PM, it's in clinical transaction also, like that.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Okay.
Yeah, Tejas, what is your example? You said team is what? Like, see, if you want to explain this, you give one provider and tell me which teams it is associated with it. And then you give one team and tell me which providers it is associated with it. So let's take one provider, for example. You must be dealing with this on a daily basis, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir, can I give an example?
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go
So
ahead.
Rinaldi, it is like one practice is giving one practice is logging case for clinical transaction, EHR, PM, and for everything. So there are many teams who are involved in single practice. Likewise, there are many practices who logs cases for us. Correct? You get that?
Yes.
Yeah, many practices will log case with only one team, like EHR team. So that is, so from both sides is many to many. Means one provider is associated with many teams. Means one provider can log case with many teams, and one team can provide service to many providers also. So that's why here we have many to many relationship. Is this clear now, Rinaldi?
Yes.
Yeah. So another situation of many to many is teacher and student. So one teacher teaches many students, right? But one student is also taught by many teachers, so many to many relationship, correct?
Yes.
Any other example you guys can think about many to many relationship? Any other example? One more example I can give you is doctor and patient. One doctor treats many patients, right? And one patient is treated by many doctors. Am I right?
Yes.
So that is also many to many relationships.
Yep.
So before we studied one to many relationship, which was like one department has many employees, but one employee is associated with exactly one department. So it's one to many relationship. Team and engineers, like one team can have many engineers, but one engineer belong only to one team. But these are now many to many. What we are discussing is many to many now, right?
Yes.
So whenever we have this many to many relationship, so we cannot implement it directly in SQL. It's not possible to implement directly. Many to many cannot be implemented directly. So always there's a middle entity set which make you'll always one middle entity set is always in the middle. So whenever you have many to many relationship, always there's a middle entity set. Always. रहेगा ही रहेगा middle entity set. So we have to convert this many to many into this one to many and many to one. So this guy, this entity set, which का जो है ना, it is like a child to both. दोनों का children है, child है वो. So because it is a middle one, because it's child to both provider and team, we call it as provider team. उसका नाम हम दोनों के नाम से दे देते हैं, provider team. So many to many is equivalent to one to many, many to one. Do you all understand this? What I'm trying to tell you? Is it clear to you all what I'm trying to tell you?
Yes.
तो ये दोनों का जो है ना, ये many to many, ये दोनों equivalent है. So many to many is equivalent to one to many, many to one. It's equivalent. There is no difference whatsoever. So just whenever you have one many to many relationship, just convert to one to many, many to one. इसमें convert कर दो आप उसको, ठीक है? And so we have a middle table here. एक middle table आ जाएगा. हमेशा रहता ही रहता है. आँख बंद करके करो. So whenever you see that many to many, just आँख बंद करके एक middle table डाल दो. और उसको one to many, many to one कर दो. Now we know how to implement this. Like जैसे इसको नाम हमने दिया provider team. So provider में we have these attributes like provider location, provider ID, provider name, and provider ID is the primary key for provider table. For team table, team ID is the TID is the primary key. Now because this is a child to both, so we know how to implement one to many. How do we implement one to many? Yes. How do we implement one to many?
We'll add constraint, make a primary key and a foreign key.
Yes. So primary key of provider table, which is PRID, goes into child table as a foreign key. See, that's why you see we have added PRID in the child table also. Do you see this? Can you see my cursor here? When I'm pointing this cursor, you are able to see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. तो ये primary ID यहाँ पर आ गई as a foreign key, correct? So similarly, a team table से team ID जो है is coming here as a foreign key. So team table से TID is coming over here as a foreign key. ये भी यहाँ से इधर आ गई foreign key. Clear?
Yes.
तो दो फॉरेन कीज आ जाएगी, एक प्रोवाइडर से आई और एक टीम से आई, बिकॉज ये दोनों का बच्चा है, दोनों का चाइल्ड है, ठीक है। फिर साथ साथ हमने देखा कि अरे प्रोवाइडर टीम नाम तो दिया हमने, बट देन वी नाम तो हमने दे दिया, चलो दिस इज द नेम फॉर दिस, करेक्ट। देन we realize, array, this is our incident table. Provider team is the incident table, correct? ये आपको पता चला कि ये incident table है करके. So we can, if you know the name, you can give that name. So we better give the name as incident. Instead of giving this, we'll give the name as incident, correct? So इसमें you put the other attributes also you can associate, like incident number होता ही है, वो हमने attach कर दिया, start date होता है, close date, ये हमने और attributes डाल दिए वहां पर, और incident number को primary key बना दिया. So we can add more attributes like this. Okay. So depending on your business case, you can add more attributes there. So to summarize, so whenever we have many-to-many relationship between two tables, we cannot implement that relationship as it is. So we have to understand that is a middle table which is child to both. So एक middle table आएगा. That middle table name you can name it as you can have a joint name of both the parent tables, or if you know what that table is for, you can actually use that name. Like in this case, we are going to use the name as incident. Number one. Number two. So many to many is always converted to one to many and many to one relationship. So both are equivalent. Number three, because it's child to two tables, so dono ki primary key will come in this table as a foreign key. Number 4 point is that you can add extra attributes. Like here we have added incident number, start date, close date. We have added this also. So we can always add extra attributes also. So this is another thing you have to understand here. Is this clear to everyone? If any question, please ask me right now. And my screen is visible to you all, right? Is my screen visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you taken a snip of this?
Yep.
Great. तो कल अपने टीम टेबल तो बना दिया, अभी हमको ये दोनों टेबल बनाने, प्रोवाइडर टेबल एंड इंसिडेंट टेबल. सो आई विल गिव द स्क्रिप्ट फॉर दैट and you can start building that. So just a second. See, always you have to make the parent table, like provider table has to be made first. So provider table ka script is like this. So you can just yeah, take a snip of this. Take a snip of this. Say create table provider. Say create table is in capital. Again, follow the convention. PR ID is the int. PR name is varchar 50. PR location varchar 50. Then we put a constraint. Constraint name primary key PR ID. So table will get created. So you have to create at least you have to add at least 5 providers for now. You can add 5 providers. I would prefer adding 10 providers. Put 10 providers and please do one thing, repeat the locations. the pair location may repeat for the provider. So please repeat the locations for some of the providers. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, great. And then see, and do it in the same database. When you will start doing this, please give this command use and the database name that you created, so it becomes active. Otherwise, it will create in the master database by default. So before you can start using this command, please remember to use the command use prac nmdb like this. So it becomes active. Then we have incident table, which is a BITL table. So incident table, as we have seen, create table incident, inc number, we give PRID, TID, start date, close date. So these are the attributes we are going to put there, and see the data type for start date and close date. It is date time. So date time is another data type in SQL. So its job is to store the date time. Its job is to store the date time. So insert into incident, blah blah blah. You can put all of these, and the date format is, you have to understand the date format is like this. First you give the year, then month, and then the date. Time is optional. If you don't put time, it will take 000. If you do have to put the time, then you can put in this particular format. And it should be in the single quote. The date has to be put in the single quote. Rinaldi, are you understanding?
Yes, I'm understanding.
Okay. So there are three constraints in this table. One is primary key constraint, which is INC number. On INC number, we put a primary key constraint. Then PRID is a foreign key to the PRID of provider, and TID is also foreign key to the TID of team table. So we define three constraints for this table. One is primary key constraint and two foreign keys. Why two foreign keys? Because it's child to two parent tables. So that's why two foreign keys will be introduced in this table. Clear, guys? So I want you to put 10 providers with repetition of PR location, and I want you to put at least 20 incidents. And when you put incidents, you can repeat the teams, you can repeat the provider ID, because it's many to many relationship. Because that case, you know, the relationship between our provider and team is many to many. So make sure that you repeat the providers IDs and you repeat the team ID when you enter into the incident table. Is this clear to everyone? Okay, so I hope you have all taken the snip. Now you can start this practical. So you have to create, you have to continue from what you left, where we left yesterday. And as far as Harsh is concerned, Harsh, you have to make team table also. You take a snip of this because you were not present yesterday.
Okay.
So take a snip of this and you will have to first create a database actually. Create a database, then use database, and then create a team table. It's for Harsh. Others, you already have the teams table with you. So you can continue with that. Sunny is connected out today. Sunny, not joined. All right. So now, so for others, you can just say, I'm just repeating, say use the database name, and then you can create the provider table first because the parent table, and then you create the incident table. In the provider table, I'm repeating 10 providers with multiple providers having same locations, and in the incident table 20 incidents you have to enter, and you have to make sure that you repeat the peer IDs and team IDs. So I hope now this is clear to everyone. Now we can actually start doing it. So I want someone to share the screen.
We have to use the same database, right? MyDB, which we created yesterday.
Correct, exactly. Same database you have to use.
Okay.
Exactly same database. It's a continuation to that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who will share the screen? Who will take the honors? So Chaitanya, can you share the screen? Come on, let's start with Chaitanya. Chaitanya, did you hear what I said?
Yes, I shared my screen.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have already gone to the database. Now create a provider table and then the incident table. Come on, everybody do this exercise. If you have any challenge, please tell me. I'm here only. Yes, if any challenge, please let me know.
How many providers we need to make? 10?
Yeah, 10 providers and repeat some of the locations. Because many providers may belong to one single location, no? That's why.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Rinaldi, are you able to do it?
Sorry,
Are you able to do any challenges?
I completed the table also, records also.
Oh, very nice. Good, good. Go ahead, go ahead. Harsh got disconnected, no? Harsh, did you connect again?
So how many incidents we need to create?
Yeah, you have to create 20 incidents. 20 incidents.
Okay.
So Rinaldi, can you share your screen? Where are you? Which second table? You are on second table, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Chaitanya, stop sharing your screen. Let Rinaldi share the screen now.
I don't have the
What? You don't have the?
snip for the
For what?
incident table.
Yeah, you should have asked me. I would have shown you again. Just I'll show you. Yeah, please feel free to ask me anything. I am at your service, guys. Yeah, so you get it?
Okay, I got it.
Please do not hesitate to ask anything. Done? Snip taken?
Yes. Yes.
So otherwise, Adarsh, can you share your screen meantime? Yeah, Harsh, what happened? You were disconnected.
Yeah, actually, we are facing some power issues today, and it's just coming again and going. So because of which, I'm not able to establish a proper connection. So now it's stable. Hopefully, it remains the same for some
Okay.
time. Yeah.
You make the team table and provide a table first, okay? Hello, Harsh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you make a middle table. The engineer table, you can make it by watching video.
Okay.
Yeah, anybody else facing challenge? Rinaldi, are you able to do it now?
I
How is?
created table. I'm inserting values.
Okay, great.
I've completed.
Who has completed?
Tejas.
Okay, great. Chaitanya, Sultan.
I'm done, sir.
Almost done, sir.
Okay. Tushar.
Inserting the value, sir.
Okay. Somebody got disconnected or what? Like, again, Panikar Harsh got disconnected.
So I'm getting error. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting an error. Just let me share my screen.
Yeah, share screen. Others, stop sharing your screen.
Saying the insert statement conflicted with the foreign key constraint.
Foreign key constraint violation, na? So make sure that
Yes.
team ID which you are given, team ID and PR ID, those IDs should be present in those respective tables.
Okay. Gotcha.
Because foreign key violation is happening. You can use another query window and you can say select star from team and then select star from this. So you will know like what values you have inserted if you want to.
Yeah. Okay, TID 20, 30, 40.
Then mine is done.
Who is done? Sorry.
Adarsh.
Adarsh done. Okay, good.
But I have a question regarding the script.
Yeah, tell me.
We have put the value for date 2022, but on the table it is showing as 19.5.
Yeah, maybe you're not put in single quote. The date has to put in single quote.
Oh, okay.
The dates will be also in single quote.
Okay, so now I'll have to create a new values for this, or I can like change the value.
Chaitanya, the values which you have put 100, 200, they are exceeding. They are only till 1000, and in the incident table you have gone till 2000. So that will exceed. You have to repeat those values.
You can repeat the values, Chaitanya. It's many to many, no? So PRID can repeat. Many incidents can belong to same PRID, right? So it can repeat. Yeah, I was talking to whom? So, yeah, who has the date problem? Sorry, I just.
Me, sir, Adarsh.
Adarsh.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, I got the point. But now you have not put a single quote. You not put them in single quote, right?
Yeah.
So what can you do now? Should I show you? I mean, because you already the data is gone inside, right? Problem is that.
You'll
So
have to do alter.
Alter करके नहीं होगा ना अभी. You will have to drop all the rows and do it again. That's better. Or you can shortcut बता सकता हूँ लेकिन I don't know. It's a good thing. You're sharing your screen? Okay.
Yeah.
Just go to that table. No, from the left side. Left side. Graphical approach लेते हैं हम लोग चलो. But graphical अभी करना नहीं कोई भी हाँ. Just I'm showing you because you have go to the table. In the table, where is that? Right click on that and say edit. Edit है क्या उसमें?
Edit top 200 rows.
हाँ करो edit. Click on that. Did you click it?
Yeah.
हाँ अभी जाके एडिट करो, उसमें सिंगल कोट डालो सबको, आजू बाजू सिंगल कोट डालो सबको, ओके हो जाएगा. एक्चुअली सपोज टू डू अपडेट कमांड, बट इतने अपडेट्स कहाँ करते बैठोगे ना अभी, तो इसलिए आई एम गिविंग यू दिस.
So completed.
Who
Chaitanya.
Chaitanya, good. Anybody else facing any challenge? So we took 3 classes already this week. Shall I keep one more class on Friday? Thursday I will not take tomorrow class. Friday, are you guys ready for the class or?
Yeah, we are. I am available.
Yes, sir. No worries.
Yes.
Okay, so Friday we'll have class. Actually, it will be thrice a week. Class is normally thrice a week. So I hope you all are understanding. So it's going good, I feel. Just those who are absent, just make sure that you go through the recordings and are up to the mark.
How to save this?
It's saved. It will save automatically, I think. Yeah, after that, just go to the next window and select star from this thing. See whether it helps. Is it helping?
No, it
No,
has not made.
he didn't click on the other column over there.
Click somewhere else, some other place. Yes.
Is stating as invalid value for cell.
Yeah, it's a year, month, and day, right? So maybe you're not given a valid month or valid date. That is also possible. Have you enclosed it into single quote?
Yeah.
It's actually coming very small, no? So just small. So just a second. You have not put a single quote for all, right? It's just एक कोई single quote दिख रहा है, बाकी
हाँ मैंने एक को ही दिया है अभी तो.
सबको दो ना, सबको दो.
नहीं, at least it should work for one click.
अच्छा,
Cancel.
okay.
वो टाइम स्टैम्प भी डालना पड़ता है क्या?
नहीं नहीं, जरूरी नहीं है. हाँ, एग्जीक्यूट करके देखो. हुआ क्या? नहीं हुआ.
नहीं,
अपडेट
I
नहीं हो
think
रहा है
वहाँ पे
मतलब.
टाइम स्टैम्प भी डालना ही पड़ेगा क्योंकि बाकी सब में टाइम स्टैम्प का वैल्यू है.
000 डालने का, फिर स्पेस 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 00:00:00. Now see, invalid value बोल रहा है अभी तक. Was not recognized. Just a bit. क्या बोल रहा है?
Is it because the C date is 19/5?
No, nothing.
Others, can you go to that other query?
That's fine.
Sir, can I just leave? I just need to prepare for my camp.
Yeah, sure. We are done for the class. Yeah.
Others
Thank you,
copy
sir.
that one S date from the column. Down. No. From the copy it. Go over there and paste it and edit that one. Put in quotes, single quotes.
And do that for all of them, and then
No. It
try.
should work for one first. Then we can do it for. Change the date now, Adarsh.
Oh, there were 3 zeros at the end.
Yeah,
Yes.
on the last there were
It had
3 zeros, maybe
Hertz
because
also.
of that.
Yes. I think that was the problem.
I'll drop, guys.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. Thank you so much.
Now change the date, Adarsh. Don't touch that. Change the date.
एक मिनट क्या लिखा है उसमें? The change value in the cell was not recognized as valid. Valid नहीं दिखा रहा है. अपने डेट फॉर्मेट दिया बराबर दिया ना ऊपर, as date करके लिखा है ना?
वो कोड्स प्रॉब्लम कर रहा है शायद, क्योंकि when he pasted from the column it didn't give any error.
No, just go to the left hand side. अच्छा, as date time तो लिया है ना? Otherwise, just say truncate this table and put the entries again if you are not able to do. This is the only, you try again. Otherwise, say truncate table incident. So all rows will be gone. So you have to put the rows again. And then already आपके पास तो दिख रहा है ना, उसमें खाली कोड्स डाल के रीरन करो query.
What would be the script for that?
Truncate. Truncate. Spelling TRUNCATE. CAT. Table space incident space incident. We run this query.
Sir, I'll drop from this class.
Yeah. Yes, please go ahead. अभी सबको है ना single quote डाल के you rerun the query. Okay?
Yep.
तो हो जाना चाहिए. Okay, guys, I will also drop. Then I'll see you guys in the next class. Friday we'll meet. Okay, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Chalo. Okay, bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Thanks a lot. Thank you.